What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. Today I'm going to be going through my team selection for game week 34 for this FPL season 2020-2021. My name is Mo and this is my channel FPL INKLING. Welcome if this is your first time to my channel, and welcome back if you've been here before and you're here to view my content again. This is my channel where you get the best content for FPL and the latest news, guidances and transfer news for FPL, and making sure we can give you the best news before your game week kicks off. If you've come here for the first time and you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, help me grow. I'm looking to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the season to help me win that bet of getting 500 subscribers before the end of the season with one of my best mates to win a PS5. So please subscribe, hit the like icon if you like the video that you see, and also hit the bell icon to get the latest notifications of my videos and my content whenever it is released. How is everyone? How did last week go for you? How was game week 33? Was it a disaster? Did it go really well? Let me know. Thank you everyone for all your messages, your questions. I have them all lined up here to go through today. So yeah, let's go through, before we go through this team selection for game week 34, we'll just do a bit of brief overview of how game week 33 was. So I got 48 points, which was not bad considering the average points for the game week was 36. I think it would have been a lot lower if Ian actually didn't come through. It probably would have been around the 27, 28 points mark. Overall, my ranking improved by about 200,000. So at the moment, I am around 1.1 mil in the game itself. And I'm pretty much, I think, second in my head-to-head league, which I do participate in. So let's go kind of overview of how my players did. My defence wasn't too bad, actually. Martinez and goal and Konsa, well, it was a 2-2 with West Brom, so they didn't get much in terms of return. I had Rudiger, who got me 8 points. He got me some bonus points as well, so let's go through Rudiger. It was against West Ham, and he got me 2 bonus points, a clean sheet, and he got me 8 points overall. So that's a good result for me from there. Luke Shaw again got me 2 bonus points playing Leeds. Got a clean sheet as well, so he got me 8 points in my defence. And Alioski got a booking but had a clean sheet, so it went down to 5, so he got me 5 points. So over my defence, I got not too much of a bad return. For me, my major kind of like letdown was my midfield. So Jota and Lingard didn't fire at all, so 2 points and 1 point respectively. My captain was Fernandes, 6 points. Could have been Salah. I mean, Salah got 9 points, I'd have got 18. Personally, you know, I haven't lost as much as I expected, but it could have been better. So if I had Salah as captain, I'd give me 18, gone down to 3, so plus 15 to my score. I'd have been around 63 points for the week. It could have been worse if Salah had scored a lot more, but in terms of general overall in midfield, I was quite disappointed at how they performed. And then Bamford got me a point up front, got booked, which was a silly foul. Oh, wasn't even a foul, it was dissent really. Kind of kicked the ball away after conceding a free kick. And then Ollie Watkins got me a lovely, crucial assist in the last or dying moments of the game against West Brom for Aston Villa to get me 48 points respectively. On my bench, I had obviously Martin, who never plays, and Douglas, who's no longer part of the Leeds team, and I've got Kane and Son. Because of the League Cup final, they were on the bench. So far, I haven't made any transfers or anything this week so far. I do believe I have, is it 2 or 1 transfer? I've got 1 free transfer for the week, so I've checked that. But in terms of the squad, as you guys can see here right now, obviously I'm looking to going to bring in Kane. So Kane is potentially going to come in for Ollie Watkins. Take out Konsa for Son. Now, do I think United at home keeping a clean sheet? Or Aston Villa away? Sorry about that, at Everton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's been 6 games since Aston Villa have kept a clean sheet. So yeah, I mean, I'm not very, so I'll put, I'll leave Watkins here. In terms of captaincy, we'll put Kane, and vice captain, I will put Son. Let's submit the team. So my team has been submitted, guys. This is my squad for game week 34. There we are. Let's get it up running. Just a bit more. Cool. So that is my squad for game week 34. So I've got Martinez in goal. He's going to be playing Everton away. Now, the other two Aston Villa players I've got, you know, I'll put them on the bench. The reason why I think Everton potentially are favourites going into this game, without Grealish, Villa have kind of fallen off the wheels. Defensively, they haven't been that great. As you can see in the last 8 game weeks, they haven't got a clean sheet. So if I bear it upon that, I'm pretty much going to stay with kind of only one player for Aston Villa this week. But God forbid if there is any rotation or none of my players on the pitch that I've got don't play, I've still got 2 players who are available to come on the outfield for me. So in between my team reveal, I'm also going to go through some questions as well, so I kind of like balance it out for it as well. So I had a question around, should I bring in Pereira for Souček? Personally, I would. Let's have a look at Pereira. West Brom. Pereira. So he's owned by 5% of managers, 5.5 mil in price, 132 points. If you look at his last, let's say, 5 game weeks, he's got ridiculous 23 plus 11, 34, 44 points with 4 goals and 2 assists, which gives him 6 returns, by the way, in the last 5 game weeks. And his fixture is against Wolves at home, so it's like a little kind of like West Midlands derby. But his fixtures do get tougher later on, but he's in good form, so he's a good differential to have. I definitely would bring him in for Souček personally, because I think Souček kind of like had that golden period in the middle of the season, but since then he hasn't really kind of lived up to kind of like his form or expectations from managers. So for me, Pereira, if you have Souček and you've got the funds available to bring him in, it's a great week to get him into your squad. Is it time to let Lingard go? I think it's a bit harsh, really, after 1 game week, letting Lingard go where he doesn't perform, since he's been part of West Ham. I think personally that you should persist with him. There's still a few game weeks to go. Without Antonio and Declan Rice, he's pretty much nailed on to start. He's on their set pieces. I think he'll take penalties as well. And he's got Burnley away, which is not an easy fixture, by the way. But I think they have a real good chance to really go away and get some points and put the pressure back on like the likes of Chelsea, Spurs and Liverpool for the race for the top 4. So just don't give up on Lingard just yet. He's got some really good fixtures, even with Everton, Brighton, West Brom and Southampton. I think he will come good. I think it's far too early to get rid of him so soon, because he's been one of the most consistent players for the last 2 months in this game. And I don't believe that based on 1 game or 1 performance against Chelsea, who probably have the best defensive record since Tuchel took over. So I don't think there's any need for us to kind of lose faith in him and take him out. So keep him for now. Base it on another couple of game weeks, and if you feel there's other players who are performing better within a similar price range in the same position, then maybe we can look at alternatives for Lingard. But at the moment, it is far too soon for my liking to get rid of him right now. The next question I've got, is there any update on Jack Grealish? So, Mr. Grealish, let's have a look at Aston Villa. Still got a red icon. It's a shin injury. They're still unknown in terms of the return date. Aston Villa generally have missed him a lot. They played really well this season at the start with him and kind of like his presence and how he's played for the club. And ever since he's been away, you know, they just haven't looked the same squad. He's been out for near enough 9 game weeks now, and there's still no return of when he's going to come back. So there's an injury, then I think he was on his way for a comeback, and then another injury came along. So there's no update at the moment, guys, in regards to Grealish. I guess we just have to wait and see when he does return. Is Iheanacho a must? I mean, this guy's got 14 goals in his last 14 games in all competitions. He's in absolute phenomenal form. Let's go to Leicester. Let's get his stats up. So yeah, he's got 22.8%. He's got 50 points in the last 5 game weeks, 6.2 mil, 88 points. And he's got 8 returns with 7 goals and an assist. Absolute cracker pass and goal that he did last week against Crystal Palace. Why I haven't got him in my squad? It's a pretty much straightforward reason, because there is a fixture swing after 2 weeks. Now, yes, there's Southampton and Newcastle. Southampton and Newcastle, Southampton, I'm not too sure how they're going to play against them this Friday. However, Newcastle have shown some real good fight back and commitment in the last couple of weeks, so it'll be interesting to see how they kind of like defend against him. But he's in really good goal scoring form. But then the last 3 games is where it all changes. And that, for me, if you compare that to Patrick Bamford, who I've got in my squad, from now onwards, it's just green and kind of like grey at the moment. So the only game I can see is Tottenham. But barring that, Brighton, Hove Albion, Burnley, Southampton, and West Brom to play. So that's why he's my kind of preferred choice. He's on set pieces as well. And that's just a preference. So is Iheanacho a must? I think if you don't have Bamford, yes, I would bring him in into your squad. But for me, I don't have him in my squad at the present moment. So let's go through the remainder of my team. Let's get that cut. Cool. So in my midfield, I've got Son, who's playing Sheffield United. Now for me, I've got him as my vice captain. The reason why I've got him as my vice captain is just in case Harry Kane for some reason doesn't play. I think on paper it's the most favourable fixture this week. So it'll be really interesting to see if Kane doesn't play. Son personally will lead the front line for Spurs, and how they can actually kind of really take advantage of the defence or lack of defence that's Sheffield United have shown this year. So for me, Son is going to be automatically in my squad from the bench. 45% ownership, 9.5 mil in price, 199 points, and he got a double-digit game week return against Southampton in his last game, where he got a goal and 3 bonus points as well. So Son automatically will come into my squad, and I have no intentions of taking him out. The next player I've got is Mohamed Salah. So 35.7% ownership, 12.7 mil in price, 199 points he's got this season. Now, he's started to show some really good signs in his last couple of game weeks. Scores in the Champions League as well. Scored against Newcastle, got 9 points in the game, but he's missed some really simple sitters. So for me, it's one of those where I think in regards to Mo Salah, he will get chances. Whether he takes them or not, it's based on his kind of personal kind of confidence on how to finish the game. So at the moment, 35.7%, I'm definitely going to keep him in my squad. He's playing Manchester United. If he scores, I think he'll be the most likely scorer for Liverpool this game week. And after that, look at the sea of green. Great finish to the season. I'm not getting rid of him at all. That's why I've chosen him over Kevin De Bruyne. In terms of my other midfielder, it's going to be Bruno. 56% ownership, 11.5 mil, 221 points. Now, for the last couple of game weeks, he has been a letdown. His last goal came 6 games ago against Man City, and even that was a penalty. So from open play, I think the last goal was against Newcastle in game week 25. Yes, I mean, he's not been on form, but do you know what? Not having him in your squad is a risk as well, because basically Manchester United play through Bruno. He did have that assist, which wasn't given, in my opinion, against Burnley, where he did a step over to take 3 defenders out of the game and allow Greenwood to finish. So Bruno for me is going to stay. He's got Liverpool followed by Villa, Leicester, Fulham and Wolverhampton. Risk of rotation, I doubt it, because he pretty much plays every minute for United. He might come off around the 80-minute mark, but by then that should be enough time for him to really kind of stamp his authority on the game week and the game itself. So Bruno stays. He's my third midfielder, followed by Lingard. As I mentioned, 32% ownership, 6.6 mil in price, 91 points. He blanked against Chelsea, but I generally believe he's got a really good chance to get some goals against Burnley away. On set pieces for penalties without Antonio. So fingers crossed, let's see what he can offer moving forward. And he's got really good fixtures coming up for the rest of the season. So I believe that without Mikel Antonio and Declan Rice for now, hats off, an easy choice to bring him into your squad. Next person I've got is Jota at the moment. He's owned by 17%. Now, this is one player that I'm considering maybe taking out. But the other thing that's stopping me is the fixtures. The fixtures are ridiculously good for Liverpool. I might give him 2 more game weeks. I'm so tempted to bring in Greenwood, but I've got around $1 million to spare. So we'll wait and see to see if I do want to bring him in or not. But he hasn't really given full justice to his kind of like ability, in my opinion. Like the last good game week was against Arsenal. So I'll give him 2 more game weeks. If he plays well, I'll keep him in. If not, then unfortunately I will look to get rid of Jota, maybe for Greenwood or maybe Phil Foden. My front line is going to be Patrick Bamford, 43.5% ownership, 6.5 million price, 165 points. Blanked against Man United, blanked against Liverpool, not surprising, and also got an assist against Man City, but was taken off at half time. So for me, he's a really pivotal point or vital part of the setup for Leeds. He's got a good fixture this week. He's got Brighton and Hove Albion, and he's got some really good fixtures after that. So for me, he's going to stick. I'm not going Iheanacho just yet. So he's going to stay in my squad. My captain, where I'm putting all my eggs or all my money on this week, eggs in one basket, 45% ownership for Harry Kane, 11.8 million price, 218 points this season. He blanked, obviously last week because he didn't play because of injury against Southampton, but he got a double game week return for Everton, which was 2 goals. So far this year, he's got 21 goals and 13 assists, and I think Sheffield United, if they can score early, they'll go big, and it won't be like Mourinho parked the bus. They will score a couple of goals. So that is my squad for game week 34. So I've got a few more questions that we'll go through now before we end this stream itself. Triple Spurs or triple Liverpool? So for me at the moment, if you look at the fixtures generally, Liverpool have more favourable fixtures. If you look at Spurs as well, they're not bad either. The only game I can really see them struggling in is the last game against Leicester. But on paper, if I look at the 2 fixtures, I would say Liverpool have more favourable fixtures. So tripling up on Liverpool, for example, would be Trent, Jota, Salah, or Trent, Salah, Mane. It's just too much budget, and it's Liverpool for me for there. So those are the players that I'd potentially look at in terms of return. But if it was Spurs, then Kane, Son, Reguilon, Kane, Son, Alderweireld, Kane, Son, Lucas Moura. These are the kind of players that I would be looking at the moment. Foden or Greenwood? Personally, I would have Mason Greenwood at the moment. I think he's in fantastic form. Yes, they've got Liverpool this week, but pretty much he's nailed on to start because of the injury to Martial, and I think Cavani's more of a rotation at the moment. So I would personally go Greenwood based on form. At the moment over Foden. Even though Foden's done well, there's just a risk of rotation that he might not play due to the Champions League reverse fixture against PSG next week. Should I bench my United and the Liverpool defence for this game week? I mean, yes, but to be fair, if you've got Shaw and Alexander-Arnold in your squad, they're both going to have attacking returns potential from free kicks, corners, just general deliveries over the flank to the strikers. It could be a 0-0. I think both teams might just literally play not to lose, because United are probably going to play like not a reserve squad, that does sound right, but maybe a few players might be rotated due to the European Cup tie. And Liverpool might literally play not to lose, because if they lose this game as well, they'll lose further ground. So it could be like that, or they could literally just go both for it and say, look, let's have an absolute ball day, and it could be like a 3-4 or 4-3 or a 3-2 scoreline. So for me, I'd keep the defences in from both players. But if you've got alternative defenders on your bench, or you're looking to bring them in from like Chelsea maybe, or Man City with favourable fixtures, that's perfectly fine as well. My pick of the week. So my pick of the week for this week is probably going to be Christian Pulisic. I think he's in good form. He's got a good fixture this week for Chelsea against Fulham. If he plays, I reckon that'll be a good chance for him to get a good return for this game week. Best captain for this week, gone through it already in my captain's video. If you haven't seen it yet, click onto it to find out more. I've chosen Harry Kane, followed by Son, Iheanacho, and then many other candidates I've chosen as well. Is Werner coming into some kind of form? I mean, yes, he scored last week, but he missed some real easy chances against Madrid. Will that come back to bite Chelsea? I'm not too sure. I wouldn't get him in just yet, but if you've got no other options up front and you're looking to kind of like, you have like your own kind of backing or a good feeling about him, then why not bring him in? This is the chance to get him in, and let's see what he can perform in terms of your backing for him. So I think, I wouldn't get him in personally, but if you are backing him and you've got a good hint about him, then please do back him. Man City risk of rotation is, it is stressful at the moment. Are there any tips to avoid this? Just get rid of the players like I did. I had 3 Man City players a couple of weeks ago, got rid of all of them. Can't live with the stress of constant rotation. I'd rather go for players who are fully in my squad and will play week in, week out. Vardy for Iheanacho and Son for Gundogan. I think that's a good transfer because Gundogan now, I don't think he's playing in that position that he used to when he was scoring loads of goals. When De Bruyne was out injured, I think he's playing further back now, or when he was further up advanced and he was on penalties and set pieces. And you've got Son who's coming into some kind of form, and they've got Sheffield this week. Vardy, yes, he's coming to a bit of form last couple of weeks, but Iheanacho is far more lethal for me at the moment, based on his current form. If this is a start of season, I'd say Vardy, but based on current form, I'd say Iheanacho to be in your team. Is it time to drop Patrick Bamford? No, I've already discussed this. Personally, I wouldn't, but if you think you want to drop him for Iheanacho, entirely your choice, but please do look at the fixture swing because I think that will play a major part in your decision for the swap. Who's the best replacement for Connor Cody? Let's find out how much is Connor Cody. Cody. 5 mil. So let's look at some defenders. Let's make it 5 mil. I think Ben Dunk is a good shout. Kofel for West Ham. Reece James, risk a rotation. Rudiger, if you want to bring him in as well. So there's a few options there that I've just mentioned that are potentially good options for Cody. It's entirely your choice who you'd like to bring in, but I would recommend those are probably the best ones at present to bring into your squad. So that's it from me, guys. That is my team selection for game week 34. Have a look. Let me know what you think. I'm playing a formation of 3-5-2. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Have I gone through any of the players that you're looking at the moment? Let me know. Drop me some comments in the comment section of the video. Join the league. Be part of the FPL INKLING League on FPL. The code's at the bottom left. Please join us and be part of a strongest league on the game itself. Contact me on Twitter. My Twitter code is right at the bottom, and also my FPL INKLING Instagram page is at the bottom in terms of the search what you need to type in to find me and ask me any questions that I can help you with. Thank you so much for all your love and all your support and your feedback as well, guys. Thank you for watching. Before I go, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Help me get to that magical 500 mark. Help me grow my channel and be part of the latest content for FPL and FPL news. Also, hit the like button for this video if you've liked this video. Drop me a comment as well if you've enjoyed it. Also, hit the notification icon if you want to be getting the latest notifications. My name is Mo. I'll see you guys in the deadline stream, and I hope you guys have a great week and best of luck. See you guys soon.